This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. After years of bad publicity at Venice Regional Bayfront Health, hospital leaders announced details for a new facility.
You may recall last year the hospital was plagued with issues, including sewage running down walls and into patient rooms. Millions of dollars were spent to fix those issues. All the while, the hospital has been looking for a new location. ABC7's Christopher Brantley has details on where it will be built.
For many years, this building has been the home of Venice Regional Hospital, but that could soon be coming to an end.
We filed a certificate of need for a replacement hospital. It's a 210-bed replacement hospital that will be located at the intersection of Jacaranda and Venice Avenue.
Venice Regional's CEO, John McLean, thinks it's time to start fresh. The Agency for Healthcare Administration has final say. McLean hopes they agree with him.
Presuming AHCA approves it, is going to be the year 2020 when it's built.
In the meantime, over $20 million has been spent cleaning up and rebuilding parts of the current hospital.
The room that my husband's in is remodeled now, but when I was in previously, that was in 13. That's before this hospital got the bad rap and all that. It was filthy dirty.
In the past, the building has had a flurry of problems: broken pipes, leaking ceilings. McLean told us it would take a minimum of $60 million to completely fix all the issues. Instead, parent company Bayfront Health is willing to pay $212 million for a brand new building. And while the services will be increased, the beds won't. Currently, Venice Regional has 312 beds. They're asking to build only 210.
We looked at the demographic population growth, and really what we see is that Sarasota County is overbedded on average by over the 700 beds a month.
But McLean says they'll be able to better serve South County, both Venice and Northport, much to the delight of Gail, whose husband was brought in with breathing issues.
The care this time, I think it was, this is the best I've seen so far of the nursing care.
That was ABC7's Christopher Brantley reporting. Venice Regional will maintain an emergency room here on the island even when the new hospital is built. Hospital officials are awaiting word to find out if they will be allowed to proceed.
2 Boston police officers are in the hospital tonight after being shot. They're both in critical condition and the suspect is dead. Police got called out to a domestic dispute in East Boston and a report of someone with a gun. Police say when 2 officers arrived, they came under fire. Police also opened fire, hitting and killing the shooter.
They were able to neutralize the subject, who was armed with some sort of assault rifle, who also had on a ballistic vest.
Boston police say one of the officers was hit once or twice while the other officer was hit several times. Overnight, doctors noted their conditions as extremely critical.
The man accused of setting off bombs in New York and New Jersey is in court today. Ahmad Khan Rahami was arraigned this afternoon at the Union County Courthouse, but that was via Skype from his hospital bed. Rahami is accused of detonating bombs last month in Seaside Park, New Jersey, and in New York's Chelsea neighborhood. 29 people were injured in New York. None were injured in New Jersey. Rahami was wounded in a shootout with police as they tried to arrest him. He now faces several charges, including 5 counts of attempted murder. The Georgia man charged with leaving his 22-month-old son in a hot car to die is in court today. Justin Ross Harris is charged in the 2014 death of his son, Cooper. Harris's lawyer says his client simply forgot Cooper was in the car, but prosecutors think it was intentional. Harris says after work that day, he drove a few miles before noticing his son's lifeless body. Prosecutors say Harris should have noticed much sooner because of the smell police officers testified about.
The Bradenton Police Department is facing criticism after an error was found in data released to the Manatee NAACP. The group requested 10 years worth of traffic citation information broken down by race. The department reported 57,000 citations, but when the totals for each demographic were added up, it left more than 8,000 citations unaccounted for. Chief Melanie Bevan is blaming the error on a problem with the department's record system. One civil rights attorney says having inaccurate records can create mistrust.
The police police themselves, and frequently the community is not satisfied with that process. It also raises suspicion, maybe sometimes justified, maybe not, but self-policing is always going to lead to suspicion.
Coming up tonight on ABC7 News at 7, we'll hear from a criminology professor and the NAACP about how this mistake could affect the relationship between Bradenton police and the community.
For the first time in Sarasota's 100-plus-year history, a woman will serve as the city's finance director. Kelly Strickland has been promoted to financial administration director. She has extensive experience in public finance and has served as deputy finance director since 2009. Strickland replaces John Legg, who was tapped to be the assistant city manager. The financial administration department handles everything from preparing a $200 million budget to overseeing investments and payroll. So congrats to her.
Time now to get another check on our weather and what's also happening in the tropics. Saying goodbye, hopefully, to a hurricane out there, Bob.
Well, I know Bermuda is a major hurricane at that. Once was a Category 4, but now downgraded to a Category 2 as it continues to move away from the small island out there in the western Atlantic. You can see it really hit hard throughout the morning and early afternoon, but now this is a visible satellite imagery as the sun is setting. We're losing that shot there, but we're still seeing here some fair weather cumulus clouds moving in from the northeast with that northeasterly wind component. And currently at the airport, it's nice. We have some sunshine and 89 degrees, dew point 65, which is quite comfortable, and the humidity low, and winds out of the east-northeast at around 9 miles an hour. As far as the Titan radar imagery goes, not as many showers around today as a result of some dry air that's really moved into the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere, so that's limiting the showers. You can see that working from the northeast to the southwest right now along the east coast of Florida, but all in all, a fairly quiet evening anticipated. More on your forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Okay, Bob, thank you. Explosive new accusations in the race for the White House. Two women have come forward with allegations that Donald Trump groped and kissed them. As ABC's Kenneth Moten reports, Trump is adamantly denying it.
Donald Trump on the defense against his accusers.
These vicious claims about me of inappropriate conduct with women are totally and absolutely false.
The GOP nominee rallied in Florida amid mounting attacks and allegations he sexually assaulted women.
When he started putting his hand up my skirt, and that was it. That was it. I was out of there.
The New York Times reported Jessica Lee's claims that Trump groped her 3 decades ago on a plane. And in 2005, he allegedly introduced himself to ex-Trump Tower Secretary Rachel Crooks by kissing her on the mouth. Both women are Hillary Clinton supporters. They didn't report the alleged attacks to authorities at the time, but they say they came forward after the recent release of Trump's vulgar 2005 comments bragging about grabbing women. Trump took on the New York Times and other recent reports alleging inappropriate behavior.
They're outright lies. These events never, ever happened.
The accusations against Trump not so easily dismissed by Clinton.
We've already learned who Donald Trump is. What we have to prove in this election is who we are.
Clinton stopped by a San Francisco field office, but on the trail, First Lady Michelle Obama made an emotional plea to women voters in New Hampshire, delivering a blistering attack on Trump.
This is disgraceful. It is intolerable. And to dismiss this as everyday locker room talk is an insult to decent men everywhere.
Trump says there's evidence to prove his accusers are lying. He didn't give a timetable, but says he plans to release that information soon. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
A reminder, the deadline to register to vote in Florida has been extended. You now have until Tuesday, October 18th to register. On the 19th, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton will face off in their final presidential debate at the Thomas and Mack Center at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. And of course, the big day, the general election, will be on Tuesday, November 8th, and early voting before that.
Yeah, we haven't heard much about the general election.
Not at all.
Yeah,
That's just something new. Yeah.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, a 1,000-mile journey.
A group of seniors are taking millions of steps to New York City without ever leaving the Suncoast. We'll explain how that works.
Need new windows? Buy direct from the factory. New South Window is having a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Buy 4 windows, save 25%. Buy 6 windows, save 30%. Buy 8 or more windows and save 35%. How? Because New South owns the factory and you cut out the middleman. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows and doors installed with a lifetime warranty. New South Windows are made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com or call now.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Just because someone grows older, does that mean they have to grow apart from their friends or from the things they love to do? With Right at Home, it doesn't. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to help with personal care, housekeeping, meals, and most of all, staying engaged in life.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you ready to go?
Oh, I sure am.
We can provide the right care right at home.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Florida health officials identify another Miami neighborhood where mosquitoes have spread the Zika virus to people. According to the Governor Scott's office, 5 people have been infected with Zika in a 1 square mile area of the city just north of the Little Haiti neighborhood. 4 of the cases were previously announced by Florida's Department of Health as being under investigation. The 5th was confirmed today. A large portion of Miami Beach remains an active Zika infection zone. Another transmission zone in Miami's Wynwood district has been cleared.
Seniors with an average age of 79 are on their way to New York by foot. Sort of. ABC7's Alex Redmond explains it's all in an effort to improve fitness and quality of life. Alex.
Thanks, Haley. The seniors are taking steps with and without the aid of a walker, some even in wheelchairs. But they are united in their quest to collectively take the more than 1,100-mile trek that equals the distance to the Big Apple.
How many steps have you taken today?
1,331. I walk every morning around here.
Lucia, better known as Lucy Isevely,
I just turned 95.
says there's something to be said for being active your whole life and wants others to get moving.
Because they're used to sitting in that chair, and that's dangerous to do. So the more you move around, the more active you get.
Our residents who you generally don't see being active, we're trying to really encourage our active residents to partner up with them and walk as many steps as they can.
This is 83-year-old Louise Warfield's pedometer, and this pedometer will actually let her know how many steps she's taken in a day.
I'm on my feet a lot. I don't like to sit.
Isevely and Warfield are armed with pedometers, along with 50 other Windsor of Bradenton residents, walking in the hope their combined steps will add up to 1,162 miles, the distance to New York.
We actually have a program that is called the Step On It program, which is motivating seniors to move.
They partner up with our more active residents and they encourage each other to walk and be active.
The goal is for the residents of the Windsor of Bradenton to take as many steps from right here all the way to Times Square by New Year's Eve, right when the ball drops.
If we walk enough miles to make it, we are going to have a large New Year's Eve party here at the community for our residents.
Isevely says no problem reaching the goal. In fact, I had to ask her to slow down a bit.
The more we move, the more we see, the more we do, and the better life gets.
Kindred at Home, the nation's largest home health and hospice provider, they offer the program, the STEP program. It's a community-based give-back program encouraging seniors to move. Outfitting the seniors with pedometers is a part of that program.
And Alex, how successful has it been so far?
So far, I mean, they only started walking, I think, yesterday, and it seems to be really successful because all of the residents there seem to be excited that they can work with somebody else, and even having pedometers on their feet if they're in wheelchairs because they're counting the steps that they take in the wheelchairs, which I think is fantastic.
It is, and it's always good to have a goal. So they're collectively working toward getting there.
Towards a big goal, and the stronger ones are helping the weaker ones, and in turn what they're doing is they're making the weaker people stronger, and they're having better quality of life.
That's fantastic. All right, thank you, Alex. Now let's head over to Bob and get a check on our forecast. Not bad for a walk outside.
Yeah, I was just saying, a great program and good weather for a walk this evening too. Cortez Bridge Cam showing a few clouds and not much rain. We had a few showers yesterday. A little drier air has settled in into the mid-levels of the atmosphere, looking toward Annie's bait shop there off the Cortez Bridge. And I'll tell you, northeast winds continue to bring in the drier air for the most part, and slightly warmer temperatures again today. Highs were in the upper 80s, a little bit above average. And the good news is, though, that the humidity has been rather low, and it will stay that way overnight, it looks like, and winds anywhere from 10 to 15 miles an hour through this evening. Temperatures are expected to drop down into the mid-70s by 11 o'clock under fair skies. No real threat of any significant rainfall at all through this evening, and it looks like a better chance for showers, though, as we head into the weekend. Even that, though, is not all that great, so don't cancel any plans outdoors. You can see a few passing showers along the east coast near Polk County, stretching off to eastern Hillsborough County, but nothing going on here in the Manatee, Sarasota, Charlotte, or Hardee and DeSoto counties at this time. It's 89 and 65 on the dew point. Humidity, though, comfortable, and the pressure holding steady under sunny skies for the most part. And the high today, well, there it is, 90. We're back to the 90s. Our normal high at 86 degrees. That was, again, our normal high temperature is at 86. The record 93 set in 2009. This morning's low, that too running above average. And I think it will do so and stay that way through the weekend. Although slightly cooler temperatures will filter in behind a front that will fade away to the north of us over the weekend. This front is not going to blow on through and cool us down significantly. The rainfall for the month now, just over 2.5 inches, which is above average. It's 80 degrees now in Jacksonville, 81 in Orlando, 89 now in Sarasota, and 85 into Miami. Temperatures all pretty much in the low 80s inland areas, but Braden now checking in at 90. 89 in Sarasota, Cortez at 89, Venice right there at the pier near the water, a little bit cooler, Inglewood as well, and the Gulf of Mexico temperature now at 80 degrees. Forecast tomorrow looks similar to what we had today. Sunshine in the morning, just a few clouds in the afternoon, and maybe a sprinkle here and there. Looks great for football Friday night. For some area high school football games. And there is a cold front. I mentioned that front. It's now moved through parts of the Plain States and now down into the lower Mississippi Valley, at least through Arkansas. Little Rock at 60. 87 in Tallahassee, and a temperature 89 in Houston, Corpus Christi at 91 degrees. Well, this was a major hurricane at one point. Now it has slipped below that, and luckily it weakened a little bit as it made its way just to the east of Bermuda. So they got the lesser of the heavy weather, and in fact the storm is now winding down. Skies are starting to clear there, looking much better for them, but still rough day today. Started off this morning and continued throughout much of the early afternoon. And you can see right now the storm has, for the most part, cleared. They're still getting tropical storm force winds there, and there's still warnings up. But as far as the hurricane force winds, those have since long gone now as it moves off to the northeast at around 21 miles an hour. We are looking at long-range forecast models. Looks like something may be popping up in the Caribbean, but that's not for over 8 days from now. So we'll just watch it closely. And as far as our forecast goes tonight, generally fair skies. For boaters tomorrow, winds will start off out of the northeast at 15 knots and subside somewhat throughout the afternoon up to 10 knots, and seas running right around 2 feet with a moderate chop turning to a light chop. Sunset should be a good one, 7:03. Send your photos to pics at mysuncoast.com tonight. Partly cloudy, seasonal, upper 60s. Tomorrow a little bit above average, upper 80s to near 90 degrees. The extended forecast does call for a chance for showers on Saturday and Sunday, and then just a little bit cooler and drier air settling in on Monday. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. There's a crash on I-75 northbound near the exit for US 301 in Ellenton. The right lane is blocked, and it's causing some backups in the northbound lanes.
Hilton will expand its soap recycling and donation program. All 750 properties across its All Suites brand will collect used and unused items and donate them to reduce hygiene-related illnesses for communities in need. This is a major expansion of what's already the industry's largest soap recycling program. Hilton hotels have already collected more than 1 million pounds of partially used soap, which have been recycled into more than 4 million new bars of soap.
That's a good idea because so much stuff is wasted when you're at a hotel. I always think about that. I mean, it's just
There's small bars of soap, but you know, if you're only there for a night, you're not going to use it all.
And think about all those rooms. I mean, yeah, it adds up. Entertainment news is next.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WindGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WindGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
Sometimes, when the course is difficult and you might take a step where you could fall, it's important to trust and ask for help. That's one of the most important things we learned at Tidewell's Teen Grief Retreat. On your grief journey, there are going to be difficult parts, but you have to trust in yourself and your support systems and know there are people around who will help you make it through. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
The official salon of ABC7. Cutting Loose Salon.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
If you have a suspicion for harboring prostate cancer, we have a way of diagnosing by using an exquisite instrument called three-dimensional color flow power Doppler ultrasound. Using this system, we can identify abnormalities within the prostate that you could otherwise never detect. The Dottoli Cancer Center is the only center in the southeastern United States which has this technology. If you have prostate cancer, we will find it.
Bob Dylan is adding a major global accolade to his already long list of accomplishments.
The singer-songwriter has been awarded the 2016 Nobel Prize in Literature. The Nobel Committee recognized him for creating, quote, new poetic expressions within the great American tradition. President Obama bestowed a Presidential Medal of Freedom, America's highest civilian honor, to Dylan in 2012. Dylan is the first American to win the Nobel Prize for Literature since Toni Morrison in 1993.
Elton John is chronicling his crazy life in a new autobiography. John is working on the book with a music writer. John said in a statement that he was finding the process of writing his memoirs cathartic. John has won 5 Grammys and an Academy Award during his 5-decade career.
Actor Gary Busey will make his New York stage debut next month. Busey will play a serial killer in the off-Broadway show Perfect Crime. The show is the longest-running play in city history. Busey will star opposite Katherine Russell. His run begins on November 21st at the Theater Center near Times Square.
I can see him playing a serial killer.
Yeah.
It's all about Prince today in Minnesota. The governor officially declaring it Prince Day in the late singer's honor. To celebrate, a tribute concert will take place tonight. The lineup will include Stevie Wonder, Anita Baker, and Christina Aguilera. Members from Prince's band and his co-stars from the movie Purple Rain will also be there. Fans have been celebrating all week with tours of his home and a dance party that will kick off tonight and likely last into the wee hours of the morning, you would think.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, what a celebration that's
A
going
lot
to
of
be.
great music to dance to.
No kidding.
We'll be right back with more news.